Pisces, sun, moon, and rising. When I leaned into your energy, just instinctively, almost involuntarily, throughout just me like taking it in, I hit the bowl, took a baby shot, do, 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 do. That's not the best sign. That's not a good sign. With the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck, there may be somebody with Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements heavy on your mind or being kind of cold. I feel like you are just really doing your best to be hyper analytical and logical and make things make sense um, through the season that you're supposed to feel and intuit through. And it's like, are you ignoring your logic? Are you ignoring your feeling? Grab your shit. We got stuff to talk about. Pisces, sun, moon, and rising for Cancer season 2025. What's left of it? You gonna have to feel these feelings, boo. I feel like you get to dictate the direction. Look at me giving you the plunge because I love you. Giving you a little taste of the Patreon plunge. This is exclusive. This is what I do for my Patreon subscribers. Patreon.com/JustJEverything. Okay, this, I feel like there's something about dictating the pace, dictating the direction of something, and something that you care about, something that you have given a lot of thought of. I just feel like you are doing your damnedest to be very mercurial, or there's someone very mercurial, Gemini, Virgo like, that it's like a power play, a game. There's mind games. Like there's like something about like the mastery of my mind versus the mastery of yours, or I don't know. Anyway, are you numbing, hun? Do we need to talk about that? Do we need, like, I understand, I understand. I've had my days of being a high functioning pothead, but like there could just be something here specifically that, like, are you trying to numb out that? Are you trying to evade a certain experience? Neptune's now retrograde in Aries, so there's that. And we know when Neptune retrogrades, the rose colored glasses fall off. You're forced to see everything and everyone for as it is. And so there just may be some clarity, some truth, some reality that is hitting that may suck to see the truth of this, or see the truth of that person, or you know what I mean? The illusions are breaking. But luckily, you can still got Jupiter, which is now in exaltation for the next year. So fuck yeah to that, because that's going to bring in good luck. There's just something about leaning deeper into your fucking feelings and your intuition and spiritual practices, and really uprooting the past out of you. Luck comes to you by way of feeling your feelings, Pisces, sun, moon, and rising. So this is not the season to repress and try to just like make things make sense and be the, like, yeah, that's not the move. There's expansion that comes to you by way of sinking deeper into your feelings and not taking a bath in it just for the sake of soaking in your emotions. But there's something like luck coming to you by way of feeling your feelings and then acting. Cancer is cardinal water. Action is required. Initiation is required. And so there's that. Um, Balance, bitch. Hey. So let's get into it. First card is the Six of Wands. Okay, but I do see this turning your back. There could be something about turning your back on this King of Swords. The person that's being maybe cold or hard to communicate with, or is, stuck in their ways, or maybe someone you're stuck in a rut of communication with someone. Um, you may be turning your back on that, or turning your back on the aspect of you that is trying to be just so masterful with your mind and analytical, versus tapping into your superpower, which is your intuition and your feelings. Hydrate, light it if you need it. Did we pray? Just in case. Clear out any funky energy. Welcome in, my benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth, thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Cancer season 2025. So there's some sort of forward progress that's coming in. For some of you, because you started following your heart, because you're making heart-based decisions, you're experiencing success, recognition. For some of you, it's public success and recognition, being recognized by your peers, possibly. um I feel like the divine is very proud of you, experiencing some kind of harmony in the realm of your physical, spiritual, sexual energy. There may be somebody with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements that's experiencing success or moving forward or progress, and you're talking this person through that, possibly encouraging this person, maybe needing to put some of this analytical, hyper intellectual energy towards success, not your feelings, not your personal life or your love life. If you are going to be analytical in some sort of way, be analytical with this pursuit of success or securing the bag, or your career or your outward appearance. Maybe you're doing a little makeover. Maybe you're zhuzhing it the fuck up nowadays. Something. I don't know. Put that energy into somewhere constructive, not trying to talk yourself out of feeling your feelings, because it's just going to bite you, especially if you're being prideful about it. The Strength card reversed. I feel like this is like an outburst of emotion, especially with people, especially with Leo placements, someone with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius placements. But if you have Leo placements specifically, I feel like there's just something here about emotional outbursts, lashing out, being angry, maybe even feeling low energy. I feel like you're needing to move towards Six of Wands, towards Strength reverse. I feel like it's time in for the rest of Cancer season to move towards reevaluating your concept of control. I'm a firm believer that all we can control is what we voluntarily put into our body, whether we react or respond, and what we do about our intentions. Everything else is outside of your jurisdiction. And so now there's just something here, though, about evaluating, like, what are you trying to control that is not in your lane? Where in life are you trying to do the divine's job? There may be somebody with Leo placements. There may be a father figure or a mother figure that is like waning in strength or vitality. There could be something about heart issues or heart issues in the family or in the bloodline. If you have, a family history of like issues, don't make me say it, like, do what you need to do to avoid following in the steps of your forefathers. I don't know. Hydrate. But I also feel like there's stuff here about control and ego, and like your primal self needs to be coming out. This like King of Swords controlled, calculated and controlled thing, like, I'm saying there's just a time and place for it. I feel like if there may be somebody with Leo placements that is feeling weak. Where in life are you feeling weak? When strength comes up, I feel like harmony gets established by way of acknowledging your weaknesses or evaluating your definition of weakness. Pride, Nine of Swords in the center of the reading. Yeah, I feel like there's an ending of a cycle in the realm of the mind when it comes to someone with Leo, Virgo, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements. There's like there is a need to acknowledge, like some of us are, this is like obsessive thoughts, cyclical thinking, cyclical arguments even. This could be like just intrusive thoughts, overthinking a lot. Something that you've been trying to evade. See how their head is in their hands. There's something like you're not, like, I don't want to look at this. I don't want to look at the truth of this or the reality of this, especially if it has to do with the Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placement person. And I just feel like Neptune ain't having that. Neptune retrograde in Aries is going to force you to see the truth about yourself. You know, well, maybe you don't know, but it is the plight of Aries to be disgusted by weakness, like literal physical disgust. I can only say that because I am an Aries sun. And so it is a very like common thing. The higher the degree Aries, the more icked out that they get by like weakness. And it took me a long time to redefine the weakness that disgusted me in other people and really like, give that to myself. But that's what I feel like is happening. Like there's something here around you feeling grossed out by the aspects of yourself that you have deemed weak. And I just feel like you're not understanding like the true strength that resides in those weak aspects of yourself. And some hangman moment may come in where you're being like asked to look at something from a different perspective. Hydrate. Wheel of Fortune reversed. Final card, Seven of Cups reversed. This is a season I feel like you're going to sink deeper and deeper into confusion the more that you try to evade your feelings, or the longer that you like string out, or the longer that you stretch out making a decision or being decisive. The Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter. And so with the Wheel of Fortune reversed, it's just something there around like a huge turning point that you didn't expect. An outpouring of emotion. There may be somebody else in your life with Pisces or Sagittarius placements that is not doing the best or is struggling, or you're not paying attention to the signs that they're giving you, or the signals that they're sending. I say a lot of you, but flip it. Someone may not be picking up on your signals and signs and nonverbal communication. This is a season, and Mercury is in Leo right now, getting ready to retrograde in Leo. Strength card. Closed mouths don't get fed, baby. Period. There's something important about you using your voice, you communicating. And I feel like in the ways that you've been down, the divine can put you up. In the ways that you've been up, the divine can take you down. There is okay, some of you are struggling with the new season, like understanding like this is end of an era shit. Like there's some, you can feel the change. You can feel the shift in timelines. You can feel the shift in the electromagnetic field. I feel like you can feel the shift in our consciousness and collective consciousness. And some of you are like inundated with fear. Some of you are, you're watching the news a little too much, or you're getting a little too connected to what the news is telling you is going to happen versus tapping into what the divine has to say. And I just feel like there is an outpouring of emotion, an outpouring of creativity that needs to be evaluated. There is a need to reconnect with your shadow, that raw, uncut, unfiltered version of you. Your shadow doesn't give a fuck about what other people think. Your shadow, it's funny, when I started talking about the shadow, my shoulders dropped, like I got relaxed. I feel like there is relaxation, there's healing, there's knowing, there's awareness, there's connection to be found within you tapping into your shadow. And that doesn't mean darkness. That doesn't mean you doing bad things. That means accessing the rawest aspect of yourself and your emotions and being like really, really brutally honest with yourself. There also could be something here about too many options, too many cooks in the kitchen, um, too many unexpressed emotions. Two major arcana, the Strength card and the Wheel of Fortune, both reversed. So I feel like the divine is trying to give you signs and signals and aha moments that you may be la 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 in your head to, like ignoring. And I feel like this Nine of Swords and this like right here in this reading doesn't feel necessarily like a dark night of the soul. It feels like an ending of a thought process, possibly an ending of a connection that with something that has been stressing you out for too long, especially if the argument is about communication or legalities. There could be a legal situation that you're just like ready to be over, but it's not going to be over quite yet. This is a lot, and I'm excited to clarify this over on the plunge over on Patreon, patreon.com/JustJEverything. But let me zoom out a little bit. I feel like there is something about someone more fiery, someone like more willing to love you out loud that is available to you that wants to come in. There could be there could be a newfound sense of harmony established with someone with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements. If we talk about the cracks in our foundation, if we acknowledge the weaknesses and strengths and really end this cyclical argument and like let's move forward, let's get to the next level. I feel like there's somebody with Leo placements that may be feeling weak or maybe feeling out of control or is struggling with their relationship to control. I also am seeing something about like be careful of like eating disorders or deprivation of sorts. Pisces, sun, moon, and rising. I also feel like Cancer season 2025 wants you in your place of power, which is not your analytical mind. It is your spirit. It is your emotions. It's your intuition. And so reconnecting with that base chakra, that like some of you like getting is reconnecting with your power centers. Some of us are in this place where we're locked or blocked up in our root chakra. And I'm like sitting here touching it. Like there's something there around like being in your, there could be just like hypersexuality. Maybe even like, is sex compensating for something? And I just feel like some of you are stressing because some of you are stressing because you want something that I just feel like may be too confusing for you to be putting all this energy into. Seven of Cups reversed does feel like there's so much more that you're capable of, so much more clarity that is available to you. Why choose yearning when you could have clarity? But that is the plight of Pisces. You guys subconsciously enjoy that shit. But I do feel like it's time to tap back into your creativity, your artistry, using those faculties more frequently. And talk to your shadow. See what they have to say. They have some creative projects I feel like they can contribute to, some creativity to contribute to, and a lot of clarity to give you. So, like, go lay down, be horizontal, be in a silent place, and ask, "Hey, shadow, come hang out with me." See what form it takes. Interact with it. Like, play with this all, in the theater of your mind. But this whole like trying to make sure everything makes sense, nah. I just feel like some of you are talking yourself out of something that your spirit has been kind of yelling at you about. I feel like the Leo in your life is off. The Sagittarius or Pisces in your life is off. Or there's like some untended to turning point. There's something, there's like, how long are we going to wait in the water of these? How long are we going to wait in the waters of this confusion? Just think about it. I'm ready to clarify these cards. I feel like I'll say the person with Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio placements that you're dealing with, this just feels like it's a season to like purge emotions. Like, let's get real. Let's lay it all out on the table. In the confusion with the Leo, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius person, trust your gut and things start to fall into place. At least listen to what your gut is saying. Acknowledge it. So if you're being defiant, you can just be, like knowingly defiant, consciously defiant. I'll see you over on Patreon, patreon.com/JustJEverything. Come on, let's get into it. For the full version of the video, go to Patreon.